What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 1KFLeXin. I'm back here with another video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, Gailey, I was about to say fired, but he didn't get fired. He quit, okay? He quit. All right, so we got a couple of things to talk about. Really quick, shout out to people who like this video before they even heard this sentence, and let's get into it. Less than 100 away from 10K. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that sub. Now, let's get into Gailey's last game, last season, and only season as the Dolphins offensive coordinator. Now, Gailey today has resigned. Now, before I get into the specifics, I just want to say the word resign and resign are way too close to each other to have the completely, totally opposite meanings. Okay? Because when I woke up this morning with coal in my eyes, and I wiped my eyes and I checked my phone, checked my notifications, all I seen was Gailey resigned after one season. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, huh? He re-signed? We signed him to an extension? Not that it was a problem, because I don't think Gailey is awful, but he's definitely not that great. And I remember yesterday when Brian Flores said that all his assistants would be coming back, or he expected all of them to come back. That's why I'm thinking like, wait, he just re-signed? And then I had to look up more into it. I woke up, I thought all the way woke up, I checked again, and it said resigned. I said, oh, okay, he resigned. He's gone. He's quit. He's done. He's retired. And now it's like some speculation. You guys can assume which was it, is that he was going to get fired, but that we allowed him to resign instead because it obviously looks better and it's obviously a better way to go out than getting fired. Or you can look at it as he actually did resign. I think he actually did resign because I think we would have kept him if he wanted to stay. I don't think he wanted to stay anymore. I think he's happily retired, to be honest. I think he came up for one season to see what he could do, and he just was done after that. Now, Gailey has become a bit of a scapegoat, and for good reason. When Tua was in the game, I don't think he called the game the same. Well, I know for a fact he didn't call the game the same. And I said that since the Rams game. Okay? And that ultimately was going to be the reasoning why the fan base turned against him. Because against the Rams, once Tua started getting, I want y'all to look at my YouTube videos if y'all have the time. Before the Rams game, before we started starting Tua, ask me how many times I've complained about the play calling. Not once. Every game that Fitz ever started, I never said a word, win or lose. Remember, we were like 1-4, 1-3 to start off the season. Even in those 3 L's, not one time did I complain about the play calling, not once. I just said we wasn't executing, but I seen the vision, I seen the plays that we were calling. We looked fast, we looked up tempo, we were going downfield. It was like some things that I liked about the offense. I didn't complain one time when Fitz was in the game. It's just when Tua got in the game, that first game against the Rams, I recall making a video after the game, and I said, I don't know what this play calling is with Tua. I'll stick with it for a couple of weeks, but we need to go back to this other offense, okay? Especially when we started winning, I'm like, no, we need to go back to this other offense we were running with Fitz. This offense was way better. I have multiple comments in the comments. You can go Google, you can look it up if you want to. I would never make anything up. I have multiple comments in the comment section on the Rams video. We only did that because they had Aaron Donald. I mean, we had excuses to why Tua threw 93 yards in that game, or less than 100 yards in that game. And it was like, oh, we only did that because they had Aaron Donald, because we respected Aaron Donald and we didn't want to go fast, or we didn't want to go deep because they had Aaron Donald. Basically, that was the excuse to why our offense ran so terribly. And then after week after week after week with Tua starting, we seen the offense just not run well. And then it came to a point where everybody pretty much turned on Gailey, and he kind of became a scapegoat. Now, I can acknowledge that Gailey was a problem, especially when Tua got in the game. I don't think it was a problem when Fitz was in the game, but when Tua was in the game, I can acknowledge that Gailey and his play calling was a problem. We also have to understand that we can't use him as a complete scapegoat because there were other issues as well, okay? Another issue is that our receivers cannot create separation. Another issue is that our receivers drop balls at a higher rate than almost any receiver in the core in the league, okay? I mean, top 5 statistically in drops, okay? And then we have to acknowledge the fact that maybe they weren't creating the most separation. And we have to acknowledge the fact that we had a rookie quarterback. So when you acknowledge all these facts, you got to say, yeah, Gailey might have been a problem, but he's far from the only problem, okay, with our offense this year, okay? The good thing about it is none of the problems with our offense are fixable. It's like it's easy. It should be easy. We just got to get a receiver that can create separation. And we got to obviously get another offensive coordinator right now. And then we had to get Tua some experience, which he got, okay? So, I think this is a different situation if Gailey cared enough to, because here's the thing. Why was Gailey's offense so terrible with Tua but not with Fitz? And that's something that we don't really know. Obviously, the play calling was different. There was a lot more RPOs and all that stuff. But if we saw that our offense was way better when we went up tempo and kind of spread things out, why didn't we do that after? You know what I'm saying? I understand going to the RPOs when Tua first got in, but after a while, when you start to understand, hey, we can make the playoffs. We got a #1 defense. We're a good team, and our offense is holding us back. And our offense was way better when we spread things out. At what point would you say, you know what? Let's run that same offense for Tua? Was it a thing where he could not run that offense, or was it a thing where we just refused to do it because Chan Gailey was being incompetent? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just a question that we never know, and we could have figured it out. But I don't know if Chan Gailey cared enough to show it, because Chan Gailey could have spread Tua out from you know what I'm saying. There was times when Tua spread out, you know, especially in the Bills game when he threw 360 yards, but also he threw 3 interceptions. There were opportunities for us to spread it out and see if Tua could air it out and see why we don't have him doing it. You know what I'm saying? But in those situations, guess what we did? We put Fitz in the game. And then we let Fitz spread it out and throw the ball and air it out. We didn't let Tua really do that. We have a very, very small sample size of Tua actually being able or allowed to airing it out. It's very small sample size. If we would have got more of that, and then we would be able to come to a conclusion that maybe it was just that Tua could not run the same offense as Fitz, I think it's a whole nother thing. I think it's a whole nother situation. But we never got that. Every time Tua was in the game, we got this garbage play calling, and so we're gonna have to blame him. We're looking at replacements. We'll talk about it when we hire somebody else or probably promote somebody else. You can look at our tight ends. As far as the future, you can look up our tight ends coach who may be getting promoted. His name is George Gotsi. He used to be an offensive coordinator in the league. Eric Stutzville, who's got a lot of praise as well. And as far as from an outside perspective, you could look at Anthony Lynn or Bill O'Brien potentially being an offensive coordinator. But you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comment section who you guys see as being an offensive coordinator, a good fit for the Dolphins, who you guys want to see be the offensive coordinator. Obviously, you got some dreams that you could hope for, like, you know, one of these great college offensive coordinators. But a lot of them, they might go to another team to be a head coach. You can look at like a Chiefs offensive coordinator, but he's going to be the head coach. So, but other than that, like, get in the comments, let me know what you guys think, okay? Again, Chan Gailey's gone. I would never complain about that. He was too old. He was too, you know what I'm saying, and he didn't call good games for Tua. But I won't say that he was the only problem. I think, well, actually, I won't say at all that he was the only problem. It is debatable on whether or not he was the biggest problem, okay? So that's something, because our receivers, like I said, did not create a lot of separation, and they dropped the ball at a very, very high rate. And we also had a rookie quarterback. So it's up to you, you know what I'm saying? I think our offense did, you know, decently compared for what they had, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, okay? Get in the comments, know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Roll to 10K. Okay, 1KFLeXin, Chan Gailey is gone. I'm out.